Hi, this is Jorge Ramirez, and normally I host my podcast show, Film Talk with Jorge Ramirez. Now I am hosting a special show for my podcast, Film Talk with Jorge Ramirez Minisode, Jorge Ramirez Recommends. The minisodes are now airing every Monday at 12 p.m. as part of the Film Talk with Jorge Ramirez podcast. So, without further ado, you are listening to a Film Talk with Jorge Ramirez minisode. My recommended film is the experimental collage documentary Camera Person, released in 2016, directed by Kirsten Johnson. The film is a memoir from cinematographer Kirsten Johnson and her many travels across the globe covering a wide range of topics. The topics would range from war, death, life, religion, sports, and family. It is a journey from the eyes of the documentarian who has seen many different perspectives. A film built on curiosity, wonder, sadness, fear, humor, and joy. What more can I say about this film than say that it is remarkable and satisfying to watch a documentary about the images that she captured on film for the documentaries that she worked on, while the footage that was discarded from those same documentaries are suddenly given a new life. This documentary doesn't have a voiceover to convey what it is about. Instead, the subjects in the various clips for nearly a span of 20 years in the documentaries speak for themselves as their own narrators of this story. Some of these examples include the family and victims residing in Bosnia after the Bosnian War that resulted in the ethnic cleansing of the Muslims in the region, and one of the rape victims who requested anonymity about what they did to her. The boxer who at first was stoked about winning the match only to lose the match later in the film, and a story of a young boy who was blinded by the Taliban in Afghanistan and he witnessed the death of his own brother that made him feel scared. The most memorable moments of the documentary are when Kirsten was filming her own mother, who was diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease, and how much she wanted to capture her on film before her passing. The scenes that take place in the ranch in Wyoming when her mother recollects the memories about her upbringing and the house that she used to live in, and filming her mother as well as herself feels so humanizing and tragic, because it connects to me so much about losing someone close to your family and how much time you have to be with that person before they pass away. Another moment occurs in a hospital in Nigeria when the midwife/nurse is trying to save a young baby's life due to its lack of oxygen. It is a painful and haunting scene that will never leave your memory when you watch it for the first time. The project originated in 2009 when Kirsten Johnson went to Afghanistan from a grant by the Skoll Foundation from the Sundance Institute. Her original project was to make a feature about a school for women and girls in Afghanistan. It was later abandoned since the subjects of the film felt that the overall film and interviews deemed it dangerous for their well-being. During her trip in Afghanistan, she befriended two teenagers and shot footage of them for her film project, The Blind Eye. Once the film was edited and cut down at the editing lab at the Sundance Institute in 2013, she now had an idea of what her narrative feature should be about. Her project was expanded with new footage from the various films that she provided cinematography for, with the themes of human rights, surveillance, and the right to be or not to be filmed on camera. By early 2015, the various pieces of footage was edited into what was known as the trauma cut, that featured scenes of violent and horrific imagery from nations and cities that were devastated from war and poverty, which Johnson had shot in. However, Johnson did not feel that the cut film was reflective of her experience as a camera person in the field with her professional or personal sense as a storyteller. In June of 2015, Johnson brought in Nels Bangerter, an editor who won critical acclaim for his work in the documentary Let the Fire Burn from 2013. Kirsten asked Bangerter to help her complete the film. Once they collaborated on the project, they then decided on what the film should be about. The result would be to include her home footage that she shot of her children and her mother to give the film a more humanely and personal connection to the audience. The film also included outtakes from the documentaries that were not included to showcase her life's work as a camera person from behind the lens. The result is showcasing the lifelong work of what she has accomplished, not just as a storyteller, but also as an observer that she wants to share with her audience. The The film premiered at the Sundance Film Festival on January 28, 2016. The film became a critical hit. One of the reviews came from Variety that was published during the Sundance Film Festival, praising Johnson for creating a uniquely insightful memoir-cum-critical treatise on the nature and ethics of her craft. When it comes to watching documentaries that are often going from beginning to end, whether it's narration or through one subject, this documentary is more non-linear and goes through different themes and ideas throughout the film. Some of those ideas are a sense of invisibility, emotional connection that is feeling either closer or farther from the lens as physically possible, creating a sense of experience from the viewer, etc. An extraordinary film that feels so influential as a blueprint for what it means to be a camera person, that not only shows the world whether it's dangerous or unseen from another person's perspective through the camera's lens. I highly recommend this film for its non-linear storytelling and its use of footage from other documentaries, and the personal footage for its emotional connection to its audience. On the next episode of Film Talk with Jordan Ramirez, the psychological thriller Perfect Blue from 1997, directed by Satoshi Kon. That's coming up this Friday on Film Talk with Jordan Ramirez at 4 p.m. on Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and Radio Public. This has been a Film Talk with Jordan Ramirez Minisode. Tune in to the Minisodes every Monday at 12 p.m. and Film Talk with Jordan Ramirez every Friday at 4 p.m. on Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and Radio Public. If you are on Spotify, make sure to like and subscribe to keep this show going, and make sure to recommend to your friends and family members to tune in to this podcast. I also have my own YouTube channel, Film Talk with Jordan Ramirez, where you can watch my video podcasts and minisodes, and make sure to like and subscribe so that we have over 1 million subscribers. And until then, I'll see you at the movies.